It is sunny, warm, and not a cloud in the sky here at Darien High School Stadium Field. And welcome to the DAF Media Network. Alongside me, Mary Beth, I'm Michael McCormick. And today we have on hand Varsity Lacrosse for girls. Tonight we feature Darien Blue Wave and the visiting team, the Sacred Heart Academy Tigers from Greenwich. Now, Mary, tonight, last year, this game was a all-time classic where Darien came down to the wire and by the likes of Chloe Humphrey, who is now graduated at UNC, won the game for the Wave by 1 with at least 5 seconds left. What do you think we should expect from the Tigers today?
Well, I don't think you can ever each year is new and different, and you have a new slate of players. I don't think you can ever underestimate the strength that comes out of Sacred Heart. They've traditionally had a really good program. They have a lot of committed players, and I think they're probably, coming for us, coming for Darien.
Like you said, the amount of commits they have on their team, just to name a few, 2 Notre Dame, 1 Middlebury, 1 Furman, 1 Princeton, Davidson, Stanford, and UVA, and Georgetown as well. Also Duke. Thanks for pointing that one out. Almost forgot. Now both these teams.
That's probably pretty much their starting lineup.
Exactly. Now the Tigers coming into this one with a 10-2 record, with the Wave coming in with a 9-3-1 record, which the Wave coming off a win against Stanford yesterday.
And a good win against Summit on Saturday.
Yes. It's a great bounce back from their very close loss to Wilton. Now here at the face-off, we have the sophomore Ren. I can't get what number that is out there.
Yeah, Cat's number 24, 15.
There's Sofrito. Oh. The Tigers wasted no time putting on shots on Shudell.
Yes.
Early.
It's a pipe goalie's best friend.
And that will be Darien's ball. Now here's Haas. Over to Von Kennel, the sophomore. Tip of Corny.
It's nice. Darien has a very disciplined clear, and they use Anna Von Kennel a lot.
A lot, yes.
Her speed really helps.
Yeah. Her and Sadie Safford mainly clearing the ball for Darien this season. Von Kennel only being a sophomore. It's very vital for the Darien Blue Wave this year.
Yeah, she got a lot of good leadership from Chloe Humphreys last year, and so she really developed a lot as a player, and now she's a leader on offense.
Here goes Von Kennel. Now here's Stafford. Here's Adams behind the net.
Very patient offense.
Holmes.
Everybody getting a good touch on the ball, feeling comfortable. Get that ball in their stick,
There's
and
the
there
pass
it is.
in front, and she scores. Kelly Holmes.
From Annabelle Adams. That was a great feed.
And the Wave strike first.
Yeah, Darien has to be pleased with that first offensive set.
Exactly.
Everybody touched the ball. They worked through the play.
They waited for the perfect cut.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Ren. Still can't get a number on that.
I think it's against 15 Maggie Batragalupo.
Princeton commit. There's Sofrito. Now the Tigers will look to respond off of Holmes' goal.
Shooting space.
Now here, save from Shudell, and gets it off her own rebound, is Batragalupo.
That's a great second effort on her part.
Notre Dame commit.
Sacred Heart goal scored by number 3, Charlie Batragalupo.
That was a great save there initially from Shudell, but couldn't quite corral it.
Yeah, that's an example of right place, right time.
Yeah. Here goes Robinson for the Tigers. Tigers moving fast. Finds a cutting. Oh, just wide of the net. Now just looking for the size comparison here. Robinson and Sofrito look like they have a lot of height on their defenders. As here's Robinson. That will be a... Robinson, a Duke commit, also a captain for this Tigers team.
Who will be a teammate of Sadie Safford's next year.
And what a pass there from Robinson to Sofrito. No, the Tigers have a lead.
Sacred Heart goal scored by number 20, Aiden Sofrito.
Look like the Wave were not ready for that one.
Yeah, they let 2 free on this side.
Yeah.
So the ball came from here. It was really more of a setup problem on D, I think, than anything else.
Now Picorni taking it. And the possession will go to the Tigers.
No, I think it's a redraw.
Yeah. I've never really
No.
seen that.
Well, I don't think anybody touched it off after the draw. They switched to Campocorni. Darien switched to Campocorni on the draw.
Yeah, Picorni, the sophomore, was used last year during the playoffs as a draw specialist, which paid off pretty well, resulting in Darien's FCAC championship. They're gonna call over and back, and here goes. Here's Robinson. So now the Tigers will look to score to try to go up by 2. Here's Walker. Back at Galupo with Kennedy guarding close. And another original save from Shudell, but the Tigers find themselves back with the ball and scoring.
By number 15, Maggie Bacigalupo.
Maggie Bacigalupo with that goal, and now the Wave will call timeout. So now the Tigers are on a 3-0 run to open the game.
This is a really good timeout. Timing of a timeout for Lisa to call. I feel like she just needs to get them to settle down and understand the ball movement a little more so that they can, get the ball and move forward and go on their attack. Because when they've been on attack, they've been good.
You know, the Wave find themselves in unusual spots this year in tight games like these so far, where they open the game, not leading the game, is what I should be saying, but, you know, in the Wilton game, they were down by 2 to open the game. Lisa called timeout, and then the Wave gained back their momentum, but unfortunately, the Wave lost that game in a thriller, which ultimately crushed them, but they find themselves back at home finally.
Indeed. Indeed. You know, it's all good experience to be coming from behind and challenging yourself to be the best player that you can be.
Exactly.
And to know that you can depend on your teammates.
You know, this is the Waves' final home game of the season. Their next 2 games will be at Greenwich and at Ridgefield, 2 very good teams in the FCAC that always put up a great fight with the Wave every year.
Well, let's be serious. There's always a target on the back when you have
Exactly.
Darien on the front of your jersey and you're playing lacrosse.
I mean, nobody likes Darien from Lacrosse Point. There goes Sadie Stafford picking up the ball. Now Darien will look.
It's really helpful to get a draw control.
Yeah, after losing the last 2,
Yeah.
I think it was.
Maybe even 3.
Yeah. Here's Von Kennel using her speed. Now the Wave looking to respond here to try and get their momentum back.
There comes Hope Hapgood in. Fill out the midfield.
Now here goes Sadie Stafford. Gonna look to get it around one more time.
Now they start to play.
A great save there. Finds Holmes, what they're gonna call a push, I think it was.
I don't know what that call is. Yes, Sadie's at on the hash mark.
And it,
Unfortunate
oh my.
check.
That almost rolled in.
It did.
Looked like the goalie lost it for a second there.
She definitely didn't know where it was. It's kind of tumbling around her feet.
Now the Tigers
Go to work.
hoping to extend their lead up to 3. Here's Walker. Robinson. Spin it around here for the Tigers. Great defense there from Lyle Brown, the junior.
Is Quentin Kennedy going to work? That looks like
And
a charge to
yeah,
me.
there it is. Here goes Stafford. Oh,
That was also a push on the Tigers' part as Kelly Holmes went to catch the ball.
now here's Reynolds. Reynolds looking to score. Passes it off to Adams. Here's Hapgood. Here's Holmes. Finds Adams.
Really testing
Yeah,
Sacred Heart's defense.
the Wave are patiently waiting, just like their first goal. They had to wait a little bit until that one cutter became open. Here's Stafford. Stafford shoots and scores.
It was.
Great goal there from Sadie Stafford. Now the Wave finally find themselves on the board again.
That was a great shot. It was pretty low angle, but she really made the most of her opportunity and went non-stick side high.
Yeah. Now the Wave only down 1. Here's Bicorni. Back at Galupo. Another win there at the draw control for the Tigers.
Definitely an opportunity area for Darien. I don't know what the stats are, but they have, I believe they're trailing in draw controls.
Great
That's a
save
great
there from
save by
Sudell.
Hill.
And here goes Bellissimo. Finds Von Kennel. And Von Kennel will use her speed. Here goes Von Kennel. Just over the net. And they will give that
Should be
ball
white ball.
to Darien.
It's a good move on Annabelle Adams' part to beat the goalie to the end line.
Looked like she boxed her out there.
It did look like that.
Just under 45 seconds left in this first quarter. Your score here is 3-2,
Yeah.
and now there's a shooting space for Kelly Holmes.
See what she can do with this.
Kelly Holmes looking to tie up this game. And a great save there.
That's a good save by the goalie, unfortunately for Darien.
And here go the Tigers with just 10 seconds left.
They have to stop ball here.
Oh,
Another pipe.
another one off the pipe. And that will conclude our action here from the first quarter. Darien trailing by 1. DAF Media Network is a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. We'll be right back with more action from Darien High School Stadium Field. We are back here at the Darien High School Stadium Field for second quarter action here between the Blue Wave and the Tigers. The Wave trailing by 1. There's another win there for the Tigers. That is some great defense.
Way. Great defense by Anna Von Kennel there.
Now here's Bellissimo. Now something that the Wave try to find. Well, they mainly play FCAC opponents, which is like New Canaan, Ledlow, Richfield. But for today, the Sacred Heart Academy Tigers are actually from the NEPSAC, which include Greenwich Academy, and I believe Holy Child, as well as Westminster, which are private and boarding schools for boys and girls, but Sacred Heart obviously only being for girls. You know, I find that hard for the Wave to try to match up and see how they play against teams that they play. You know, me coming from a sports person, you know, I play sports as well, like soccer. I try to find like how these team plays against that team that we're going to be playing. So
It's hard
I
to
know.
do that because you don't have many shared opponents.
Exactly.
But they've played a quarter now. I think they have good knowledge, and my guess is some of these girls are playing together with one another in the summer, so they have a kind of good feel for how they play.
Yeah. Now here's Von Kennel. Here's Adams.
Sadie up top.
Finds
There.
Holmes. And that's a
Yes.
goal.
That's a great series of passes. Great ball movement. Great catch by Kelly Holmes
Now the
before she
Wave
shot there.
are now tied up.
Darien goal scored by number 4, Kelly Holmes.
I believe that's her second on the day.
And that all started with that great defensive play down on the other side by Anna Von Kennel, who forced her player out of bounds, and it allowed us to the Darien to get on offense.
Apicorni and back at Galupo, back at the draw control. Another win there. I believe the Wave have only won at least, I want to say 3 out of the.
I don't think they've won that many. Oh, dear.
And there's Robinson scoring for the Tigers as now they are back up by 1. That was just a great cut there by Robinson, as believe that was Ruman misplacing.
She went out for an interception and
Yeah.
just missed it.
Now the Tigers responded very quickly to that goal from Holmes. So now the Wave have not found a response yet for the draw controls, as there's another win there. And it's picked off by Maggie Bellissimo. Looked like she kicked it there.
With her foot on the fly, you'd think she was a soccer player.
She did play soccer in the fall.
There you go. That's what it looked like.
Now the Wave will look to respond.
You got to believe that might have hurt.
I know. I mean, these crossballs are
They're hard.
Yeah. Now here's Stafford behind the net. Finds Adams
Running a wheel.
off the bar.
And a great catch by Corney.
It's a great,
Keep possession.
it's a great play there. Maybe they'll try to run it again here. Does it look like they will from the other side?
Other direction. Oops.
Here's Stafford. Stafford finds her way inside, and they're going to call it crease violation, it looks like. Now the Wave will try to stop. The Tigers clear. As now, Here's Robinson over to Bagagallupo. Walker. No, excuse me, that's Bagagallupo. Now the Tigers patiently waiting. As here's Bagagallupo. Finding Robinson. Robinson.
Looking for a shooting space call.
Robinson looking to extend their lead by 2. Robinson. Save from Shudell. Another great save there from Hope Shudell, the captain, as well as a Duke commit. Her and Robinson will be teammates next year. There's Picorni. And here's Reynolds.
Now they'll settle into their offense.
Don't know what that call is going to be.
I don't know, maybe 3 seconds.
It appears to be.
Yeah, maybe number 18 was inside the fan for too long.
There's Ava Lillis. Here's Von Kennel. Almost losing possession there. Here goes Holmes. Looking for cutters.
Into
Can't
a
find
double.
one. And Stafford turns the ball over as here goes Leahy.
Trying to get her to go out of bounds.
Holmes tried to force her out of bounds, but couldn't find a way to do so. So now Tigers back on offense again.
Defensive struggle.
Indeed. You know, the Wave haven't found any response to the draw controls, as I said earlier. And they keep dominating at that draw control, which is just, and there's almost a goal there. Now Shudell will get the ball and look to clear for the Wave. There's a dodged bullet there for the Wave, it appears. Cage was wide open as well. Now here goes Reynolds. Adams looking to set up the offense. Great fake there from Von Kennel and just wide of the net. Here goes Adams. Adams. Falling, and that looks like it will be a shooting space.
No, I think it's like a cross check.
Ah.
So she gets a center hash. Yes.
And beats her 5-hole. Adams finds a response. Now this game is back to even.
Darien goal scored by number 3.
Adams to
Annabelle Adams.
UVA commit for this Darien squad. Now Darien has their fair share of commits to Yale, to Duke.
In the senior class.
Very good senior class.
I think a couple of Bucknells.
You got Bucknell. And also for the junior class, there are a couple commits.
You have Dartmouth and USC and Marist, a couple of Colgate,
You have Dartmouth
Michigan.
as well,
It's all on the list.
just to name a few.
Mm-hmm.
So now here goes Robinson. Over to Leahy. Now the Tigers will look to respond with just
They only have a minute 30 left in the half.
exactly. Tigers waiting patiently.
This is where the high school programs need a shot clock.
Exactly. You know, against, I think it was,
St. Paul's.
yeah, St. Paul's. That was played here. Was played under the shot clock rule for the boys against Brunswick. That game did get moved here to the high school field when it was originally scheduled for the Wave to be an away game at Brunswick. So, you know, the shot clock, it's a very vital rule when holding possessions like this. Held it for under a minute now. We just have 20 seconds left in this half. As now here go the Tigers looking for cutters.
That's a good crash on Darien's part. And shooting space.
They call a shooting space there with just 6.9 seconds left.
So close.
Here's Sifrito. Save from Shudell. What a great save. What a save there
It's an exciting end to the half.
to keep this game tied going into half. 4-4 your score. DAF Media Network is a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. We'll be right back after halftime with more action. Stay tuned.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. We provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is the town's ambulance service. We respond to over 1,600 emergency calls a year. We're a vital service that has been here for 51 years. The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. You don't know how important an ambulance is until you actually need it. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared, to be well-trained and well-staffed, to respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you need it.
The Darien Foundation is really excited to be able to launch a new program for the Darien schools, which will benefit students K through 12 in all 7 schools. This is the new robotics program, which will be an extracurricular opportunity for students to build robots, compete against other leagues, and collaborate together.
Our robotics program is going to benefit students in so many ways. Regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and the offer to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continue to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.
We are back here at Darien High School Stadium Fields. As now the sun is starting to set behind the school, becoming a little colder. This warm weather is kind of nice. Coming down to southwestern Connecticut. Finally feels like summer. Hate cold. Hate the cold.
You know, it's amazing when the sun starts to go down, it really has an effect on the ability to see the ball. So it will be interesting to see if that has any impact on the game today.
Yeah, you know,
some of these passes coming from this side.
Now this morning, the downpour out of nowhere.
I know.
It's just, I was walking into school and I was drenched because I thought it would be perfect weather. Just wasn't wearing a sweatshirt or anything, just wearing a shirt, shorts. I got drenched.
I bet. Unfortunate timing.
Exactly. Now here's...
Oh, here she comes in.
Lillis over to Robinson. Bagicalupo.
The sister? No.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017,
Almost
DAF
intercepted there
Media
from
has
Haas.
quickly become
Just
Southwestern
a little too
Connecticut's
high.
source for quality sports, arts, and community programming.
There you go.
Look like...
Wow.
Rima
I'm
did
really
not.
surprised that wasn't a call. She went out to grab the ball, and the girl took her right out.
So now, because she got hit in the ear there.
She got hit in the head. I hope she's okay. She's an important defender in our program.
Brinley, the Michigan commit for this Wave team. Now she will come off the field. Looks like Kennedy will go check in for her. Now we do have a shooting space here as well. And they score. So Frito, captain for this Tigers team, puts the Tigers up 1, 5-4.
Sacred Heart goal scored by number 20, Peyton Sofreto.
That was a good shot, offside hip.
Now Ren will go back to the draw control. Now I have noticed that Von Kennel and Sofredo are a little bit further back now from the circle.
Yeah, they
than
start there, and
usually.
then as they get closer, they move.
It's my first time seeing that one thing usually because I both, now they're back. Yep. It's a great check there, but just not. There's a great check. It'll be picked up by Quinn Kennedy. Here's Brown looking. Fine shootout. Wave will now look to clear the ball. And here goes Hapgood. Over to Brown. Successful clear there for the Wave, and now they will try to respond to the Sofredo goal. So the Wave get their offensive play from the bench. Here's Von Kennel over to Adams. Here's Hapgood. Home scores. What a goal there from Holmes. Now this game is tied back up at 5 apiece.
Darien goal scored
Looked like
by
that
number
might have been a
4,
miscommunication there from the D.
Well, whenever you run a wheel around a little bit around like that, the D it's always confusing for them at on the close D.
And Robinson wins it using her height.
Okay, that height is really an advantage for her. She's fast and she's athletic and she's tall, and it makes it really hard.
Oh, Robinson, the Duke commit for this Tigers team.
Oh.
Just missed the net there. And there's a turnover from the Wave, as now we will get a Wave possession. Here's Holmes to Von Kennel.
Oh.
Just drops the pass, but finds Stafford's stick. Here's Stafford. Right to the goalie's stick. Overthrows the pass. My goodness.
Bit of a yard sale out there right now.
I think,
I think
believe
it's
there was a
a timeout called by, I think it's a Sacred Heart timeout.
A little sloppy play there from both teams, trying to pick up the ball. Now this game tied back up at 5 apiece. No, like you said, Robinson using her height on that last draw control is very beneficial to this Tigers team.
Yeah, it's going to be beneficial to any team.
You know, it looks like, just looking over at that huddle, Sofrito and Robinson look like they are the same height. And the Wave not having many tall players, but, you know, they still find their way to win games without using their height as much as Sacred Heart does. Now you are watching this presentation on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. You know, our advisor, as always, Damien Andrew. Now the Tigers come back on the field. Just under 8:30 left in this game. Excuse me, this quarter, actually.
Yeah, the quarter.
No, I am used to the 4 quarters, but just last year the rule got changed from 2 halves to 4 quarters for girls lacrosse. The Tigers look to set up their offense, try to extend their lead by 1. Ryan Hodge for the game. Here's Hodge. Vrooman back in the game after being in a thrown away pass by.
It's good aggressive shutdown D.
Now the Wave will look to clear. So now here. Oh.
That was close.
Very close. Here's Brown looking for options. Here's Haas, Jr. Here's Hapgood. The ball. One game that really sticks out to me for the Waves record is that one tie they have to their arch rival, the New Canaan Rams, that took place in.
Did you see what had just happened? She had trouble seeing the ball when it came, and that's
the sun becoming a factor.
It's almost not a factor. It's good at about 5 minutes, but that just came out of the dark and came out of the light to her. It's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate, but now Tigers have a chance to capitalize. Here's Glende.
That's great defense.
Great defense from Summer Glende, the junior, the USC commit. And here's Von Kennel looking to use her speed to clear. Finds Holmes.
Okay, they have another chance on attack.
Back to my point with that overtime tie to New Canaan. I think when I was at this game, all the players came back onto the field.
Yeah,
because they thought they'd play
They thought they'd play a 3rd overtime, but apparently in the state of Connecticut, the rule is you only play 2 overtimes.
Exactly. That's what I learned after that game.
Yeah, me too.
I was kind of upset myself. Darien, New Canaan being
there
very.
It is. Oh, too bad.
They're going to give the possession to the Tigers.
That was unfortunate.
And another.
And there it goes.
Thrown away pass.
Back to Darien. That was fortunate for Darien.
Now the Tigers only holding that ball for a couple of seconds. Now here's Hapgood. The Wave will try to take a lead in this game since scoring their first goal to open this game. Here's Von Kennel looking for Adams. Adams shoots and scores. Great shot there from Annabelle Adams.
Those two worked really well together. Their timing was really in sync. And Annabelle has that, she's a natural lefty, and she just brings that shot, and it's really hard to stop.
She is a great shot. Now the Wave leads 6-5 with just under 4:10 to play in this 3rd quarter.
A lot of game left to play.
You are correct there. There is a lot of game left to play. It's not over until this final whistle blows. It's what coaches like to say. And now here's Kat Wren again with Bagagallupo. No, looking at my sheets here, the Bagagallupo sisters, one being a junior, one being a senior. One's going to Notre Dame and one's going to Princeton, which is very... No, that's...
I wonder if they'll play each other.
Exactly, no. Notre Dame and Princeton, very, very high D1 programs. And
Oh,
they're going to call offside.
they're not offsides.
I think they're... Looked like that was the...
Oh, they may have had an extra player on the field.
And that barely goes out. Now the Tigers will look to respond to the Adams goal. Great check there
great
as
check.
Lyle Brown picks up it.
That's a great defense.
And here goes Brindley Vuderman.
That's a great example of team defense. The double was there, and then their teammate Lyle was ready to pick up the ball as it bounced out.
Here's Haas. So now the wave will work backwards and now try to go forwards. So they find Stafford, one of their clearers for this team.
Now they get another chance on offense to go up by 2.
Here's Hapgood.
See, it's
And the
really
sun
hard to
again.
see. Really hard to see.
Just like you said, that sun.
Yep. It's coming to play twice now.
Now here's Sofredo. Now, the Darien side chanting defense. Try to get this defense to amp up the pressure. Here's Bagagallupo to her sister. Here's Kennedy. Nope. Looking for cutters. Can't find. Brown with the close defense on Hodge. Great defense there.
Darien's really out on them, really pressuring them and challenging them.
So here goes Sofredo. Just under 30 seconds here left to play in this third quarter.
Yes, no, yes, yes. Good save by Darien.
Ball that looked like it got forced into the middle there.
Yeah, that was a tough pass.
Almost looked like a force.
Mm-hmm.
So now here's 5 seconds left. Here's Cat Reynolds looking to...
Oh, almost.
They had another 5 seconds. I think that probably could have been a goal. So that concludes our third quarter here at the Darien High School field. Your score is 6-5 in favor of Darien. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action. Now we are back here, the Darien High School fields, with the fourth quarter action as the Wave leads 6-5. Now, Mary, if you're the Tigers here, what do you think was said in that huddle during the break?
By Sacred Heart?
Yes.
I think if I were the Sacred Heart coach, I'd say keep doing what you're doing on offense and don't force the middle. Keep moving the ball and running through the sets, and eventually it's going to come to you. I think they're playing well on offense, and I think Darien's playing well on defense, so it's a good matchup. You just need to be patient on offense.
Now a couple of those overthrown passes led to goals.
The other thing that's happening is they're catching Darien a little bit on a shooting space or after a long, when you have a long offensive set, then they get, it ends with a foul called against them and they get a free position. Well, there you have it.
There goes Von Kennel. Going to use her speed now.
And they need somebody behind. Whoa.
Ooh. So that was, well, it could have been close to a card there.
Yeah.
Now here's Holmes.
It would have been hard for her to go to goal there because she only had Kelly on offense.
Exactly.
Most of the players were on the other side of the field.
Here's Picorni. Here goes Von Kennel. Wave looking to extend their lead by 2. Here comes a double. Great D there from the Tigers. The Wave patiently waiting.
Ooh, they missed Sadie wide open across the middle there, unfortunately.
Now here goes Adams from behind the cage.
I think they're switching the play.
Now they're going to call a...
And now we know our lacrosse players end up with lots of bruises.
Yep. Yeah, there's no padding for these
cross checks
field players. Girls lacrosse. Very different playing style from the boys and girls. Where in boys you could whack as hard as you want, basically.
It's crazy.
Here's Sadie Stafford. The Wave still waiting.
She's through. Ooh.
There's a shooting space. For Kelly Holmes, one of the 4 captains for this Wave team. Kelly will look to extend the Wave lead by 2 here. And she does. Kelly Holmes with her, I believe that's her 4th or 3rd.
Yeah. She has a really good free position. She protects the stick really well. She's very quick off the hash. So it's really hard to play defense against that, and she had a great shot.
So the Wave have a lead of 2. Just 8:33 left to play in the fourth quarter.
Back to the draw control.
It's been a struggle all day for the Wave. Hopefully they can find a spark here. And Kat Wren, the sophomore. And the Wave win another one. They finally found
a solution.
As here come the Wave offense on the field. Here's Hapgood. Reynolds, the Bucknell commit for this Wave team. Here's Adams. Over to Reynolds. Here's Von Kennel.
There it is.
So now Anna Von Kennel will now have a free position here from the 8-meter. Von Kennel will look to extend this Wave lead to 3 on this one, and she will pull it out. Here's Reynolds. Reynolds scores.
Scores. That was a great take.
Like you said, that was a great take.
She beat the first girl, and then shot through the other 2. It was like a 1-on-3 plus the goalie. Great shot.
Kat Reynolds with a great goal.
So she beat 1, these 2, and then she got past the goalie. Good for her.
Great job there from Kat Reynolds, the senior attacker for this team. So now the Wave are up by 3 with just 6:40 left in this fourth quarter. Is now Rannon, Becca, Galupa.
A lot of game left to play, Mike. A lot of game left to play.
Exactly.
Go, go.
And it's another win for the Wave. Back-to-back-to-back wins now.
Life really gets easier for the Wave when they win the draw controls.
Well, this Wave team graduated a lot of great senior class last year. Having the #1 player in the 2023 class, Chloe Humphrey, as long as a couple other.
Along with 12 or 11 or 12 other D1 commits. It was
Exactly.
an incredible class. And you know,
Crazy.
that's been a challenge. This class, there's only maybe 4 returners who had a lot of playing time.
Yeah, you know.
And so for them to be able to come through and get together, they're starting to, they haven't had the experience that other teams have had.
And it's a goal there for Sadie Safford.
Just because there were so many strong players in that class that, you know, a lot of times these very good players get a little chance in their sophomore year and in their junior year, and these kids didn't as much.
Yeah, Sadie was just left to open.
Yeah,
right
they
in the
just
middle of
lost
the
her.
field.
It
must be a timeout by the Tigers. So the Wave have a 4-goal lead with 5:32 left to play.
I'd call a timeout if I was the
I would
Sacred
too,
Heart coach.
honestly.
How about you?
I would too, honestly. No, maybe if you're down 3, I would. No, you gotta stop momentum at some point.
Well, it's a little bit hard because she called a timeout earlier, so I think this is her last timeout. Sometimes you want to hold that last timeout.
Yeah.
I think you only get 2.
True. Is it 2 per quarter or 2 per half? I think it's 2 per half, right? Or maybe it's 2.
I thought it was 2 per game, but I don't really know. But it's a lot.
Yeah.
And so you kind of want to hold that last one for the last,
Exactly.
if something's happening towards the end. But it's a timely timeout to call.
Yeah, back to your point with the senior class graduating last year, they were named the #1 team in Connecticut.
And the country.
And the country as well, having an undefeated season, beating teams like the St. Paul School for Girls, New Canaan, beating them, I think, 3 times.
All the Long Island teams. They played everybody last year, and they took them all. They took on everybody, and they beat them all.
It was a great season for the Wave last year. And now the Wave, being named the #1 team in the state, I feel like puts a lot of pressure for next year, like this year. Puts a lot of pressure on this team to live up to that hype.
Yeah.
For having all that.
Yeah. Especially when many of them haven't had the experience.
Exactly. Like a lot of these.
They might have liked to have had to be when they have to now step up and be leaders on this team. So it's been a learning season for many of them. Look, they have Lexi Ganella is back out on the circle.
Now they put Robinson at the draw control. Renan Robinson. And it is almost one. It's a 1 by the Tigers. So the Tigers will look to respond as now the sun is fully off the field, it looks like.
No longer an issue.
Here's Robinson.
I mean, we're 7 minutes into this. This feels like the first time Sacred Heart's been on down there. I haven't.
Yeah, I don't think they've
since the beginning of the fourth quarter.
I don't think they've had an offense or touched the ball in the fourth quarter so far, besides this point. So now the Darien fans are starting to get into this game a little bit. The defense chant, always an original one. Here's Lupa.
Is by there she is.
And off the post, it looks like.
Wow.
What a break there. I thought that went in.
I did too. I thought it was bouncing back out when we saw it.
Shudell's reaction looked like it went in.
Yeah.
So now the Wave will look to clear with just under 4 minutes left. Here's Brown. Finds Von Kennel.
If I were Darien, I would think maybe take a little bit of time off the clock.
Yeah, exactly.
Manage the clock. Have to get it down here first.
Here's, looks like they're going to start doubling the ball.
Or challenging out.
The net will be left open by Fitchburg.
Nope.
Throw that one away.
Most effective timeout.
Here goes Leahy transitioning to offense for the Tigers. So here's Alini back checking her.
She almost had that ball. She was going to surprise her.
A drop pass there. It's just under 3 minutes left here. The Darien High School field. You were watching this game on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. So now this is go time for the Tigers, I would say myself.
This would really be a good defensive stop. There we go.
Great defensive stop, as you said. Right on cue, Brinley Verderman. With the block pass is now the wave will look to clear once again.
Oh.
Goes right into the stick of Robinson, and now Robinson scores. With 2:04 left, Robinson scores. Now maybe that could spark a little fire in this Tigers team as they're down 3 with just 2 minutes left.
Timeout, Darien.
They're going to call a timeout here. Try to get things settled down here.
That might have been one of the only failed clears on
Yeah,
the part of Darien the whole game.
I think that was the only. Yeah, I think they've done an amazing job so far today on the clearing. So now Lisa Lindley will talk it over with her team. Now Lisa's been here
30 years. 30 years.
It's crazy.
This is her 30th season of coaching.
Her and Coach Braymeyer have stayed here very, very long time. Coach B being the boys coach, starting this program and still being here today.
It's pretty amazing.
It's crazy. No, I love how it's almost 7:30 and it's still light out.
I know. Summer is coming. Summer is definitely
School's
coming.
almost over.
But first, to finish up the lacrosse season.
Yep.
Finish up the postseason.
It's crazy to think that school's almost over. I feel like you just went by that. It's crazy that I have to start already thinking about finals. So here's Rennan, Robinson. The draw. They're gonna
Didn't go up high enough.
Redraw that one. Took a second off that.
Just a second off the clock.
So now for the Tigers, you think it's really clutch time here, you know.
This would be a good draw control for the Tigers too. Grab.
Ball's up and it's misplayed by Von Kennel, but picked up by Melissa Moe.
Whoa.
And that will be a card.
That should be a card. You can't just knock somebody over as you're running down the field.
That was a cross check. Okay, it's going to be a 2-minute penalty, I think, from what the ref said to the scoring box.
That's the end of the game. Yeah, yellow cards are 2 minutes, non-releasable in high school.
So now she's got to break out of this triple team.
You have to move the ball. Come over to the other side.
Brown's wide open on the other side as now she will look for Von Kennel.
We'll try and get past Robinson.
Kennel using her speed. 1:30 left to play here.
They are doubling.
They are doubling
everywhere.
the ball.
Or they're trying to double her. You have to. This is a time where you really have to keep the ball moving and just really tire the defense out.
Now you
have a minute and 10 seconds.
Stafford just going to run this clock out.
Now they got to move it up top here.
The last minute of play here.
What's wrong? Oh, they're offsides.
We'll be offsides.
They're offsides because of the yellow card. You'd think he would have picked up on that sooner and not put the Darien player within 2.
Now they definitely have
the
to.
rules don't always work to the advantage. Okay. Oop, 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 oop. All right, 31 seconds.
And now here is Agagalupo running free. She scores.
That is where the offsides worked against Darien, because they had the ball out here wide, and they moved the ball to the middle they moved the Sacred Heart person back, but they moved Hope Hapgood to 2 people who were right around her, and that put more pressure on her.
So that offsides call
Yeah,
kind of helped
worked
them.
against them. Worked against Darien.
So now Tigers just trail by 2 here with just 27 seconds left in this game.
Okay, this would also be a good draw control for Darien too.
Yes. You know, Tigers are still man down here, or player
Yes,
down.
They are player down. A lot of activity on the circle here. There
Moncano
it is.
wins it.
And that should help Darien out. Oh. Hope she's okay. Holding her head.
The clock will stop here. Just 9 seconds left. Now you think a 2-goal deficit.
I think that's going to be okay.
The Wave will now.
But someone's got to get ready to
The Wave are going to.
receive this pass.
They're going to put 15 seconds back on the clock, I think. Yeah, they will.
Yeah, put it back to 15.
I was about to say, you can't just have that much time run off. So now Moncano will just run this clock out. There's another card. Now we're just. Now the Tigers will. The Wave starting to sense.
Yes, they're starting to feel it.
They.
1, 2, 3, 4. It certainly doesn't look like Darien's up by 2. Oh, there's somebody behind.
Yeah.
And the goal is on Annabelle Adams.
Just 5 seconds left here.
There you go. Move the ball. There it is.
And the Darien Blue Wave win this one by a score of 9-7.
That was a good challenge for the Blue Wave. That'll help them in their postseason as they start to. They finish up their season and they stepped up. They were behind. They had to work hard to come back, and they did.
Now the Wave.
Give them confidence.
10-3-1 on this season, and now the Tigers fall to 10-3. Now you are watching this one on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. You know, as always, Damian and Andrew, our advisor. Harrison Diltz on camera. Kenny on. Joseph, can't remember your last name because that's a pretty hard one to announce, but Joseph on camera. Thomas Aponte, our director. Kenny on graphics. One other person, I didn't quite catch his name, but, you know, great crew here tonight. As always, Mary, it was a great time tonight. Great to see the Wave win this one. I'm Michael McCormick. This will be the last home game for the Darien Ghosts for the regular season, but I assume Darien will, or DAF Media will have some post games.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Because there will be some home games for the postseason.
Now, Darien I will be signing off as long as our crew will be signing off. Thank you for tuning in and have a good night, everyone.
Are you enjoying this broadcast? If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network, please help support us with a donation. DAF Media is committed to education and broadcast excellence. Your support allows us to keep bringing you high-quality community programming while giving our student volunteer broadcasters hands-on STEM experiential learning of all parts of computer networking and video production. Your donations help pay for equipment, insurance, transportation, and our award-winning advisor, and make these broadcasts possible. To donate, you can scan the Venmo QR code shown here or visit our website at dafmedia.org/donate. The link to donate is also in the description of this YouTube video. For those of you who prefer a more traditional approach, checks can be made payable to DAF Media and mailed to the address shown here. Any donation of $1,000 or more will be recognized as sponsors of our broadcasts for 1 year. Feel free to pause the broadcast to write this down. Thanks for watching and supporting DAF Media.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. We provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is the town's ambulance service. We respond to over 1,600 emergency calls a year. We're a vital service that has been here for 51 years. The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. You don't know how important an ambulance is until you actually need it. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared, to be well-trained and well-staffed, to respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you need it.
The Darien Foundation is really excited to be able to launch a new program for the Darien schools, which will benefit students K through 12 in all 7 schools. This is the new robotics program, which will be an extracurricular opportunity for students to build robots, compete against other leagues, and collaborate together.
Our robotics program is going to benefit students in so many ways. In regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and the offer to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continue to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.